This conference will now be recorded.
All right, hello. Welcome to our first session officially of our YouTube Ads Formula Agency Coaching. So I've just hit the button on record, so that means we'll get started here. So if you've never been to a coaching program like this, I've done one in the past or a couple in the past, and how to get clients, how to build an agency with local marketing. So this will be more geared towards advertising. And we may even expand depending on where the group takes us. So you will lead the content, you will lead the future calls. So it's up to your feedback here on the calls themselves, as well as in the Facebook group. And let me know where you want the direction of the course to go. We'll talk about it today, the course outline. And we'll talk about some mindset training and the opportunity itself that you can run this business anywhere in the world. No income required to get started. And it can be very part-time. You can really do it any way you want. But I'm going to give you the keys to success today. So the principles, the mindsets, really what it takes. So thanks for your purchase here. And let's dive right in. So how do I remove those erase drawings? Okay. So just a recap about myself. I started a company called Rhino Web Consulting back in 2008. I could not find a job. I was doing computer programming and computer systems, and always involved with something like that. But then I got into MLM. I was doing sales and marketing. So I had like this computer skill background. I had this sales background. I was doing 1,000 cold calls a week, just wanting to blow my brains out. And I wasn't making any money or any of the money I would want to make with any of that, and not happy. So 2008 financial crisis. I moved to Connecticut, small town, can't find a job. I end up pretty much living at a friend's basement on an air mattress. And then I have access to MySpace and a computer and this MLM company. So I start spamming the crap out of MySpace using some kind of software I picked up online. So if you guys are familiar with any of this stuff, back in 2008, you can do that kind of stuff, like spamming email accounts and MySpace accounts and things like that. So this is before advertising really online was a thing. So the early days of AdWords, and I was trying to make money with pay-per-click, but I didn't have any money to spend. So I was actually promoting some affiliate programs at the time online, as well as running an MLM and doing article marketing on eZine articles. And you can still check my account over there. I have like 150 articles about like acne, and sending it over to an affiliate link. So yeah, I ended up spending all my time trying to make money on the internet and failing, not doing so well. Maybe writing a couple hundred articles, averaging maybe like 20 cents an hour for my time spent. So it was not a profitable business. So that's when I started building a agency. People would start asking me, they're like, "Oh, what are you doing all this stuff? This is all cool. Like, you're putting this stuff on the internet. You're getting traffic, getting leads. You have this software you can just like spam Facebook or MySpace, and so they're like taking notice of that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do like maybe a website for you. Maybe I can get some leads for you in a local market. I don't know, because these are my friends. They all had local businesses. So I developed a local marketing agency out of that, and I didn't even know what it was called back then, but I ended up starting a company called Rhino Web Consulting from that, and I was getting #1 results on Google like so easily with SEO strategies I picked up on the Warrior Forum actually. So then I came across Russell Brunson, and we've been developing courses, all different types of courses with local marketing, and now social media like Facebook ads and YouTube ads. And we've developed maybe like 5 or 6 software products as well with WordPress plugins and SaaS applications, a CRM, Lightning Leads Pro, like 4 years ago. And this year later on, just so you guys know, we do have more like 6 courses being developed, and I have some partnerships set up this year with some really successful companies. A lot of good things in the works. So that's why I'm doing a lot of traveling, so I get to meet with clients and business partnerships that I'm developing, whether it's here in Asia and Thailand and Bali right now, or then back to Europe. I don't have to, just so you know. You can do everything online, remote. So let's talk about the ad stuff. So I've been running AdWords since 2010, and like I said, I was running and successful campaigns for Mike Dillard. So he was like one of the first guys that really killed it with this MLM online approach, making millions. Crazy. And then I was promoting a lot of Ryan Deiss digital marketing type products, affiliate products, things like that. Frank Kern. And then I was doing something like $30,000 in a day running an affiliate product to a webinar some days, you know. So I'm like, wow, this is profitable. Um, and then the Facebook ads came out, and right away I got right on that. So I'm always on the trends, so you guys know. I was kind of late to AdWords just because I was just late to the game, where other people were getting those penny clicks back in the day. I don't know when that was, maybe 2006, not sure. But before my time, you know, I was just getting out of high school, and I don't even think I had a credit card yet. So early on. So yeah, Facebook ads came out. I started just making money really easily right off the bat, pretty much with anything I offered with ads. Running affiliate offers straight to the offer, and just testing out different things. But you know, things have come a long way. So right now I'm focusing on YouTube as far as getting free traffic, paid traffic, and agency clients. Because I think it's the best opportunity right now in 2019, you know, because you guys already know video is the key. You know, whether it's you're selling, you sell better face to face with video online, 100 times the one versus text. So you notice that everything that I sell now is via a video or via a YouTube video. And now what things have taken off? Stories, Instagram stories, Facebook stories. Um, yeah, yeah. I noticed my girlfriend and her friends are all like 20, and they're just on Instagram stories all day. It's all Instagram live, Instagram stories like all day. So that's where they're spending their time. So not even Snapchat as much. Instagram stories has definitely taken. They're doing a good job of taking away Snapchat traffic. And so, you know, a combination of running Instagram video stories, you know, video ads, with video ads on Facebook and with video ads on YouTube, you know, there's a lot of opportunity here. It's the best opportunity because it sells a whole lot better than a static ad. So that's why when I started promoting a course called Facebook Ads Formula 2015, when I was having a lot of success and was using software with Ali Social Lead Freak, if you guys are familiar, we were doing a lot of good stuff with that. Keisha says, yeah, she bought that. Yeah, I mean, almost everyone bought that. It was the one software product I think I might have sold 1,000 copies of. It was crazy. Um, and yeah, we're Facebook heydays, so things have changed. And now YouTube ads in 2018, what happened was, if you don't know, it's the ads pop. I don't know how to, but basically all the corporate sponsors pulled out of YouTube. There's all this controversy, and then YouTube ads all of a sudden are really cheap. You know, Pepsi Cola is like, we're out of here. I don't know. You know, these large Fortune 500 companies pulled out, making everything a lot cheaper. And when corporations pull out, it makes on the ads platform, you know, it's buy and demand, supply and demand. So it makes it much better for a small advertiser to get in and get started in making money. You know, this is true with Facebook. That's why early days with Facebook ads was great. Now the costs are continuing to be driven up because there's more companies with more money to push around, and they don't care if they get a positive ROI. They can take a loss all day. There's companies that expect to only get 10% ROI back and then maybe make their money back within 6 months. So you guys have to understand that, when you're advertising on a small level, you want to get an ROI up front. But in reality, that's not always the case. And the people that win long term, it's about branding and it's about the long term LTV, lifetime value of the customer. And so people like Russell Brunson, for example, that are selling ClickFunnels and that are spending, 300, 400,000 per month on ads. His ClickFunnels is 97 a month. He has the $1 free trial, 14 days. So it might cost them $30, $40, $50, even more to get a trial, maybe $50 for one trial. So he's willing to take a loss up front. And so like larger companies that just throw their money around and then don't pay their taxes and then take their money overseas to some kind of tax haven, right? They have all these loopholes and different things that they're doing. A lot of times that they're running ads and they're not making anything. They're just doing it for branding purposes. But we're going to be focusing on this program, of course, on how to get the most ROI for your clients as well as for yourself. So I'm all about keeping it simple, straight up results. And right now I'm working with some people and developing really cool strategies, sales tactics, tracking, invoicing, like all kinds of different things to improve the model that I've already developed. And so this is something that I run, 7 days a week. I'm either training you guys or running it on my own, working with clients. I work with a lot of internet marketers, so like really in the trenches when it comes to marketing, like whatever's the latest trends. And it's the most competitive niche, of course, because we're all marketers trying to outsell each other. So with that being said, let's jump into why you should build a YouTube ads agency. Oh, there's a lot of benefits to it. I think you guys know that because you're here. So why? You can build it anywhere in the world. Cheap laptop, cheap smartphone. I had a nice laptop. I had a Apple MacBook Pro, and I had an Apple iPhone, and I got rid of them. And now I have a Chromebook and a Oppo AS3 or something. So I went from having like these $1,000, $2,000, pieces of equipment to now they're like $200. I actually like the Chromebook better and the Oppo better than my Apple stuff. So you can definitely do it on the cheap, no startup capital, and it commands a lot of profit. A lot of money can be made because whenever you're doing sales, whenever you're bringing more sales to a company, that's where the money's made. It's not made in the technical aspect of like, here, go create this graphic. I can pay you $5 on Fiverr. That's great. But there's not that many people that are going to be like, okay, your company is making 5 million in sales this year. How about if you made 6 to 7 million next year? And we can do that for you, and just pay us a few grand a month. That commands a lot of money. If you can bring a company an extra million a year in sales revenue through advertising. So that's what you're going to be learning how to do here in this program. You don't need a college degree. And I went through college at the time, in 2008. There was no internet marketing courses. Now there's a few, but as you guys probably know, it's better to go online to learn from actual marketers that are doing it in the field rather than course and some theory on a campus. So that's why I know I've actually bought Billy Jean's program, some of his programs, and he's got the office down in Little Italy where I used to live and have an office as well. It's funny, he's in the same exact spot doing YouTube ads as well now, and he has some programs. So he's the same way. So he has these programs that he's doing for his staff in his marketing agency, but then also putting out the training for other people to definitely take advantage of. So the good thing about the YouTube ads is that it uses AdWords. It's been around the longest, and I just like it. I just like it a lot better than Facebook. It's easier to use, it's more established, it's connected with Google Analytics. If you're working with local businesses, they already know what it is. So, it's a pretty safe bet. And the cool thing about it is you can get coupons for it anytime for a new account. And you can start as many new accounts as you want. It takes just a couple of minutes to set up. So, let's talk about profit potential. So who here wants to make some money? There's a lot of profit potential here, like I just said. I mean, if you can bring a company an extra few $100,000 a year, and this is where I got started with consulting early on, and I started the company Rhino Web Consulting. Keisha says, heck yeah. So, and I was looking at these guys back in the day that are doing this before the internet and making a lot of money, just coming in, consulting with a company. They're like, oh, our consulting fee is $50,000, just pay us, and we'll bring in an additional $2 million in revenue to your company within the next year. I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. They just come in, do a little bit of work, and then boom, 50K checks. I'm like, what? So I was reading these books on whether it's, I think Alan Weiss, Dan Kennedy, some of these old school guys. And I was looking how much they were making. I'm like, that's without the internet, that's without anything. They would go into the company and be like, okay, you guys are a nail salon. I'm going to hook you up with the massage parlor down the street. You guys do a joint venture, additional $400,000 a year in revenue from just cross promoting your company. You pay me a $20,000 flat fee today and I'll set it up for you. I'm like, what? You're talking about one day of work and he's getting a 20K check. So that's like the power of consulting, So what if we take that in terms of consulting for a company that has no idea what they're doing with advertising or just leaving a lot of money on the table, which is pretty much every company out there. There's a few that do it right. I mean, there's a few, but not that many. There's Dollar Shave Club, Dollar Shave Club, and they do it really well with their ads. I'm trying to think of other brands like Six Pack Abs. They do really good advertising. There is this online e-commerce store. They sell everything really cheap through a mobile app, and they killed it. They did advertising just on Facebook, and they went from nothing to like a $15 million company within a year, just using Facebook ads. A really effective ad strategy. So I mean, this just one simple ad strategy can take a company from nothing to 50 million in a year on Facebook. That's crazy. Could they do that with billboards or TV ads? There's no way. They got Facebook ads going, I think maybe 2015, 2016, and now they're killing it. I've actually used it and bought from them as well. I forget the app. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's e-commerce. They have really cheap stuff, and it's basically through their suppliers, probably Alibaba, and it's all connected via an app versus a e-commerce store, like a drop shipping store, which you guys probably have heard of. So profit potential. So let's talk about that. So every client on average should net you around 2,000 a month. And we're talking about profit. Like for me to take on a client that's less than that, it's not worth my time because you're going to be investing time, and time is money. So I don't want to invest too much time if it's not worth it, because you can only take on and select so many clients. So, I see people struggling and they're like, oh yeah, I have 6 clients and they're paying me like $100 a month and I do marketing. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, you should charge premium prices and take select clients. The reason is, I've had many clients over the years, and some days I'm like, I really hope this client cancel. I hope this client doesn't want me anymore. I hope they take their money somewhere else. I can't handle them. Like that's what will happen. This is the downside of working with people, unfortunately. When you pay them money, there's responsibility there. And sometimes they're not always the best clients to work with. Sometimes it's better off just letting them go. And or you end up like my friend David, one of my Facebook friends. He's running an agency, and he's working like 14, 15 hours a day, and he like half of his clients on the bottom, the ones that don't pay him enough, are just like literally killing him. Like he went to the hospital like 3 months ago. I think he's having issues with like hypertension. He's overweight. He's just working too much. So yeah, he's making really good money, but his clients are literally killing him. I'm like, bro, you keep it simple. Cut out all the clients that are just on the bottom 50%. Only keep your top maybe 10, 20 clients because he has quite a few. And now he's changed his life over. He's lost a ton of weight. He's like super happy now. You got to take care of yourself first. So definitely take care of your health. I mean, this money is there, so don't worry about that. So yeah, 5 clients should make you around 10K a month if we're doing 2K. And then the startup fees of 1,500 to 2,500. And I've seen people charge as much as $20,000 for a startup fee, for really advanced campaigns. We're not just running one ad to one landing page or one sales page or one offer. Might be really complicated. They might have 10, 20, 30 products and 50 different ads. So it depends, For contracts, I like to recommend at least 3 to 6 months. So what I say here is, okay, so I'm going to invest time into you getting this account set up, investing all this extra time up front. I need you to invest in me as well. Like for me to have success with advertising, it takes a minimum of 3 to 6 months, minimum. In fact, Six Pack Abs, it took them 8 years before they turned a positive ROI. Running different ads, split testing different ads constantly. Of course, they were selling a product where like you have to work your ass off to get in shape, and nobody wants to do that, and they just want a pill, right? They just want the simple way. So for them to do that is pretty incredible, actually. I've done that program. It's not easy. Like you want to quit. Like at the end of it, you feel like you're going to die in the first month. So yeah, you can tell them up front, be like, I'm going to invest all this upfront time and energy into understanding your business, understanding, your people that you're selling to, your audience, how we're going to position the ads, like all this extra time. I need you to invest into at least a minimum of 90 days or 180-day contracts. This way I can guarantee you more success. So, and with AdWords, what happens is the campaign itself over time becomes smarter. And with advertising, not like the old days, but now it's like machine learning. It's learning the algorithm, it's learning the data. There's all this big data coming in. So the longer the campaign, the more likely that they'll turn a positive ROI, they'll get better results. And it just takes them a lot of touches. So the average person buys on the 7th touch, whether that's an ad or not. Hold on a second. We got some background noise. Someone just joined the call. I'm recording this, so let me mute you. Sorry. I want to have a clean call here. Once we end the recording, we can definitely jump in. Okay. Yeah. So these prices are for companies that have an advertising budget. They're for companies that do at least $1 million per year. And then probably a max of around 50 million a year. So these are not for corporations, let's say. So kind of like that sweet spot of 1 to 25 million, 1 to 50 million per year in sales. that's the type of company you're looking for. And I find that my best clients are usually the ones that are over 10 million a year. The ones that seem to cancel are usually, I don't take clients unless they're already doing 100 or 100,000 a month in sales. So that's the minimum. Because what happens if they're doing less than that and then they're spending money on ads, they're mostly just going to back out and cancel, like get scared, like, oh, I might lose some money. And if I lose like 20,000 on this ad campaign in 3 months or 30,000, I'm scared. That can affect my long term. Like, I don't want to be out. I don't want to be out in a hole. So primarily, I look for companies that do at least 100 grand a month or like 1.2 million a year minimum. Okay, so we're going to talk about mindset, and this is really key. So before we get into the details, the technical stuff, if you get your mindset correct, then you can have success. If not, then you're probably not. And this is true with anything, whether it's starting a sport, becoming a professional athlete or a professional singer or anything else. So pretend that you're going to the gym for the first time. It's not going to be easy the first time. The next day you're going to be like dying. I know I am, even after I been going to the gym for years, then I go back and I still got to get back into the routine. So the next 3 months, I want you guys to focus with me. Just keep it simple as possible. Really live, breathe, and work YouTube ads. The key to success that Bill Gates mentions many times, but he was in a kind of like a little minds group with, I think, Mark Zuckerberg and Branson, I'm not sure. But he's like, what is the key to success? What was your key? Is focus. So that's it. When we put our minds to something, we get it. It's the law of attraction. It works every time. Whatever you focus on is what you get. Like if you focus on the fact that like, oh, I don't have any money, I don't have any money, you'll get more, I don't have any money. If you focus in on, like I want to be in shape and look like this, and then your mind will work out that success. It's because that we can only focus so much. Like multitasking is not a thing. Like we really don't. In fact, our minds can only focus maybe for a few seconds here and there. And then our subconscious mind kicks in, which is the 95% working in the background. Like Alex Becker made a really good video about this the other day. And it's like, so we can focus in on like, we want us to have success. We want 5 clients with YouTube ads, 5 clients, YouTube ads, focusing on that. Like, what's your ideal client? How do you see yourself working every day? What are the feelings, emotions behind it? What is your lifestyle like? Who's your clients' names? What kind of companies do they have? What is their life like? How do you work together with them? Really just think about where you want to go with this. Then that goes into your subconscious and then becomes a reality. Also, you need to hone the craft. So become an expert and authority in one niche, one subset, different industries that need the service, right? There's plenty of different industries. I'm currently working with just marketers that are running high ticket offers, over $1,000, high ticket auto webinars. And I'm just becoming the expert on that, and the authority in that niche. So, I can run ads in many different categories. I can run it for local. I can run it for auto dealers. I was running ads with an online teaching school, all these different things. But it's harder, it is, because then you have to study that industry. Like, what is their ideal customer like? But if you're in one specific sub niche, you're just really focused in on that. You don't even have to think about it. It becomes subconscious, where you know exactly who they are, what they like, how they buy, what their emotions to buy is. You know the demographics, the audiences, how to create the ads, what to tell the client, how much to charge the client, how to interact with the client. So, and then you become the expert. So it's what you want to do is you want to really focus in on that. And instead of being like a jack of all trades where you're not really good at anything, you're just like, hey, I can do SEO, I can do lead generation, I can create a website for you, I can, but like I'm not good at any of it. I just kind of like throw it together. And this is what happens a lot with people that I see, including myself. So really focus in on that. I want you guys really think about it. This way you'll command respect, you'll command higher consulting fees, you'll get referrals, you'll get inbound leads coming in, and traction marketing. I like to do my work in the morning. Like I woke up at 6 a.m. today and got 4 hours of work in, before anyone else is awake. I think my girlfriend just texted me like, hey, good morning, I'm awake now. So I've already worked 4 hours, so she couldn't bother me. So I'm focused. No one can bother me, right? So put those blinders on. Social media, politics, TV, Game of Thrones, any of that stuff that's not making you money, it's not giving you success, it's not taking you to where you want to be, then just take a break from that for the next 3 months. So this is what this call is about. I want you guys to really focus in, get your mindset correct, understand where you're going, because if you don't have a roadmap, you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. So that's a big problem in our industry. And that's why I think this is really important. All right. Oh, that shouldn't be in there twice. So what we'll be talking about next week, setup of the YouTube ads agency. So, we'll kind of transition away from the mindset stuff into more of the technical stuff. And then we'll talk about the getting clients in the following week, my process of doing it, hints using social media and attraction marketing. Talking about the sales process, closing people on the phone, on Zoom, on Skype, servicing the clients on the following week, proposals, invoicing, onboarding. Onboarding is just the term used for the process of taking a new client and getting them set up. Day-to-day operations. So what are you going to be doing on the day-to-day? A lot of technical stuff here. 5th week, getting ROI results. And then finally scaling and keeping your clients, because you're getting these guys into client contracts. But a lot of times they'll get scared, like, oh, I'm spending money with ads. Oh man, I don't know. I don't want to, like, I'm spending $300 a day. Hopefully I make money. So your job is to really keep them happy, track the results. If you're happy, if your client's happy, it's all about emotions more than statistics. I've gotten clients, I'm like, hey guys, I'm making a 300% ROI, but they're like, I don't want to spend money on ads. And so they cancel. I'm like, guys, I just made you $300 in the past 2 hours. You guys are going to cancel. Wow. So it's not always just the numbers. You have to understand that, you're working with people. It's a people business, no matter what company you decide to build. You still got to work with people. So the technical stuff is great, but it's also about working with people with emotions. So how do we get to 10K per month? One client, 10K. 2 clients, 5K. 3 or 4 clients, right? 2,500 a month, something like that. So I actually just got this email in, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna turn it into a slide, because I think it's funny, because I was literally thinking about this yesterday. I was gonna put this slide in, and then I just saw this email. It said something like this. I just kind of broke it down. But he's like, you know how fast you can get to 10K a month? Let me show you this email. each client, 2K. Means you need 5 clients. That's it, 5. So how do you get 5 clients? Let's say you close 1 in 5 that you talk to. You need to get 25 phone leads or Skype leads, Zoom, whatever. Go to meeting. Just 25 people that want to talk to you about your service. You know, don't have to be a sales expert. Don't need a whole lot of skills to do that. My closing rate is usually like it's much higher, just so you guys know. So this is a very, I would say anyone just starting up can do this 1 in 5. I usually close 4 and 5, but I've also been doing it for years. So next week, homework assignments. This is where I want you to take a screenshot. Yeah, I think you can take a screenshot with GoToMeeting, or just take some notes right now. I'll leave this up. So homework assignments, select your niche. Think about like what I was saying, like you can work with local companies, you can work with online companies, you can work with digital marketing companies, you can go on and find auto webinars and ask them if they have anyone running ads for them. You know, there's different things you can do. Select your niche, post it up on the Facebook group, tell me why you're selecting that niche. If you want to make a video of it, that'd be great. I'm encouraging videos in the Facebook group because, of course, we're talking about YouTube ads, and everything's video now. So if you want to definitely connect more with me in the group and with the other people in the group, video is definitely appreciated. So select your niche, post it up in the Facebook group. If you've never set up an AdWords account, do so this week. If you've never been through the YouTube ads formula training, go through it this week. I've just added more content. If you haven't made your video intro to the Facebook group, do it now. And then, become an expert in the field. It's not going to happen overnight, but it doesn't take that long. So definitely get focused, like we talked about. Remove distractions. Get up early in the morning when it's quiet if you have to get this done. Get a laptop and phone if you don't. I'm sure everyone has this, but AdWords app you can install on your phone. You can actually look at the stuff from there. And then build your discipline and focus because, like Bill Gates, he didn't make $1 billion from staying unfocused. It requires extreme focus to become a billionaire. It doesn't take a whole lot of focus to build a 10K per month agency, though. If you do 10% of what Bill Gates can do, you're good. So those are my suggestions as far as selecting a niche. I've talked about this many times, but background noise, someone's doing some construction. But yeah, you can definitely do a search for my YouTube ads for local. I have selecting your niche training in there, and like a link to like 72 local niches. But then then also look if you want to work with online companies. I can get you leads like for e-commerce. If you guys want to work with e-commerce stores and you have a track record of working with e-commerce, you know a little bit about e-commerce and you want to run ads for that and start getting results, and I can hook you up with Tommy Powers and get you leads. Well, I'm more of an expert with digital marketing products, membership websites, coaching programs, webinars, stuff like Tai Lopez, Billie Jean, like they're selling courses through YouTube ads. That's the stuff that I'm niched in. So it's all up to you. But now's the time to decide, because if you can't decide on a direction, you'll never take any action. So if that makes sense, I'm gonna stop the call there. plenty of work to do, so let's get going. And I have plenty of work to do as well. So looking forward to seeing you guys select a niche in the group. See you guys in the next call.